Hey guys, Tosh here. Today I'm going to introduce you to some dishes from the Marianas, the kinds of food that you can find on Saipan, and the kinds of food that I grew up with. So for those of you who are wondering where Saipan is, this is Oregon, and if you fly 5,500 some miles west, you'd reach the Mariana Archipelago, and Saipan is this little giraffe chicken nugget. So I'm a long way from home, but this is the kind of food that you can find there. So, hello again, and welcome to a mini taste of the Marianas. As far as appetizers go, I would say that empanadas are the most popular. They're deep fried and stuffed with this mushy kind of rice filling. Sometimes the rice has meat in it, like corned beef or sardines or bacon, even chicken sometimes. Traditionally, they're spicy, but you can find them in mild or not spicy at all. It's just less common. This is Tamales Gisu, and it's steamed. It's essentially the same filling as the empanada, with the exception that you get this white part too. So the red part is spicy and the white part isn't, and you get the best of both worlds. And it's usually topped with a slice of bacon with bacon bits in it. It's delicious, guys. It's delicious. This is shrimp tempura. I would compare it to tater tots. It's shrimp with mixed vegetables and batter, and occasional spices. Each family has a different recipe. But then you roll them into balls and you deep fry them, and they are so good on their own. You don't need to add anything to them when they're done. They just melt in your mouth, and they're crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Oh, guys, it's so good. So for the main course, you have to have rice. Rice is a staple. Back home, red rice is really special. You use a tsopti to make it. They're these little red seeds. Sorry, I forgot what they're called in English. But you take a bag of the red seeds and you soak them in water, and then you use the water to both flavor and color the rice, along with other spices. And you can even make them in regular rice cookers. My family has really big pots that can cook enough rice for like 100 people, and we have like 3. And so red rice is really popular at local parties, or just, for a regular meal. Sometimes they put bacon in it, and it's really popular to have onions, like slow cooked onions in the red rice. It just adds like a ton more flavor to the dish. This is beef bistec, sorry, and it's slow cooked beef in this kind of gravy-ish sauce. My family traditionally, we cook it for like I would say 3-4 hours on low heat. So you put the beef in, you let it cook in its juices, and then you kind of strain, all the unneeded fat out of it, and then you add peas and soy sauce sometimes, and lemon. Oh, I like it with lemon. It's so good. And then you just let it cook. You just let it simmer down into this really nice thick sauce. You pour it over rice. Oh. This is chicken kelaguen. It's chicken, usually baked or grilled, and then you take it and you shred it as much as you want. You can either chop it into small little pieces or actually grind it, kind of thing. You take that and you add a little lemon, a little onions, some ginger, and then you mix it well together. Some people add coconut to it. I don't really like coconut because it adds some extra sweetness, but if you're into that kind of thing, it'll work. You usually serve chicken kelaguen with titizas made out of cornmeal, so it's not sweet. There are sweet titizas, and those are made using coconut meat and coconut milk, but for chicken kelaguen, you usually use the unsweetened one. This is kadun pika. It's spicy chicken stufao. It's another slow cooked dish. My family makes it in pressure cookers because it makes it easier. But then it's not quite a chicken stew, and it's not dry chicken at all. So I don't really know how to describe it to you guys. but it usually has like slow cooked onions again and a lot of flavoring. Ugh, but it's spicy and I don't really like spicy, so I hear it's really good for when you drink, like as a side dish. My family loves to do that, but you know. This is escabeche. Basically, it's steamed fish, and you can make it with any kind of vegetable that you want. It looks like they use peppers and ginger for this one. That's why it turned out this color. My family usually makes it with green stuff, with green vegetables. Usually kangkong. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called in English, but some people also use spinach, and that's why it turns out green. So you can make your dish like really colorful depending on what you want to use in it. Smoked meat, especially smoked pork, is really popular back home. Dried meat is actually Tinian's specialty. Tinian's the island south of us. They have a whole line, a factory dedicated to what do you call it again? Beef jerky. They make their own beef jerky, and apparently we're famous around Asia. So this is finadeni, and I would jokingly call it another Chamorro staple. You can pretty much serve it with anything as a side sauce. It's soy sauce with onions, and some people use lemon or vinegar. I use lemon, but I know people who use vinegar for it too. You can use it as a dipping sauce or to marinate meat, and it just the flavor levels are like over 9,000. It's so good that you could just take a hot bowl of rice and pour some finadeni over it, and that could be your meal. That would be the best, simplest meal you could ever make. This is a pigigi. It's made out of coconut, and some people use tapioca and some people use cornstarch, but I would lean more towards the tapioca. And so you make this gooey kind of soup. It has the consistency of soup, right? And then you let it cool for a while, and then you roll it up in a banana leaf and you grill it. You can eat it either cold or hot, but I like mine like fresh off the grill. That's when you bite into it and you get all these like coconut chunks, and it just melts in your mouth, and it's warm and gooey. Ugh, it's delicious. It's the best dessert or side snack. You can eat them any time of the day. It's the best ever. This is potu. It's sticky rice cakes, and it well, it literally is what it is, the name is. Sticky rice cakes. You can make them different colors, but then white is traditional. It's just the easiest because it's already white. But then you can get them in the circle shapes or a star shape. The star shape is really popular because it's pretty. And they're also the bigger versions. Star shaped potu are usually the size of like an average person's hand. So like, yeah, they're very filling, surprisingly. These are bunelos. They're like donuts. I think bunelos translates into donuts. And you can make pretty much anything to make these. You could use traditional flour. My grandpa's made papaya and pumpkin. I've tried taro and sweet potato, pineapple and apples. But banana is my favorite. Banana bunelos is so good. If you have never tried banana bunelos, call me and I will hook you up. This is lentillas. It's made out of 2 layers. So you have a sponge cake on the top and then a cream sauce on top. Sometimes lentillas is made with Marie baby cookies, the soft cookies. They come in a red box. That's all I know. They come in a red box, and you either lay out the sponge cake or lay out the cookies into a single layer, and then you cook the cream sauce using sweetened condensed milk, and then each family has a little different recipe. So you make the cream according to the recipe, and then you pour it over the cakes or the cookies into another layer. And then you let it cool, and you refrigerate it, and then right before you serve it, you top it off with cinnamon. That's what this is on top. You put cinnamon on the top, and then you cut them into cakes, and oh, they're so good. The cream, my family doesn't make their cream too sweet, and so the sponge cake has a little bit of sweetness to it. And so when you eat it with the cream, it doesn't overpower your palate. I find that using the cookies adds more sweetness. So if you're into really sweet, really sweet desserts, go for the cookies. They're also more mushy. I find that the sponge cake holds its form longer, and if you use cookies, you're gonna get a more mushy kind of texture. But it depends on what you're comfortable with or what you like to eat. Oh, and it seems like that's it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any more questions, feel free to contact me. My contact information will be on the site soon, hopefully. And I hope that you enjoyed this little podcast of mine.